An American warship sailed through the Taiwan Strait in a calculated display of U.S. presence amid ongoing geopolitical and trade tensions with China. The USS William P. Lawrence, an Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer, transited the 110-mile-wide strait on April 23rd in what the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command described as a routine passage through waters where freedoms of navigation and overflight apply, in accordance with international law. At the time of the transit, a U.S. Navy MQ-4C Triton reconnaissance drone, operating from Andersen Air Force Base in Guam, was observed loitering south of the Taiwan Strait, according to data from the flight tracking service Flight Radar 24. This was the second such transit by a U.S. warship during President Donald Trump's second term and the first since early February, when the USS Ralph Johnson and the USNS Bowditch, a non-commissioned oceanographic survey ship, passed through the same contested corridor. In February, Japan and Canada deployed warships through the strait, directly challenging China's territorial claims. Their actions added them to a growing number of U.S. allies demonstrating support for freedom of navigation in the region. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how USS William P. Lawrence has called China's bluff. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted and fastest VPN brand that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte. NordVPN provides a 256-bit encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy and also enables you to access contents that are blocked based on geolocation. Its threat protection system helps you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. NordVPN application is available for all the major platforms as well as browsers. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive saving by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Under international maritime law, waters beyond the 12 nautical mile territorial zones of both China and Taiwan are considered international and open to navigation, including by military vessels. However, Beijing disputes this interpretation, claiming sovereignty over the entire Taiwan Strait through its broader territorial claim to Taiwan. China views a self-governed island as a breakaway province that must eventually be reunified with the mainland, by force if necessary. This stance is firmly rejected by Taiwan's democratically elected government and the vast majority of its citizens. Taiwan remains the most sensitive and contentious issue in U.S.-China relations. At the 2023 Congress of the Chinese Communist Party, President Xi Jinping reaffirmed Beijing's hardline position, declaring, "We will not renounce the use of force and will take all necessary measures to stop all separatist movements in Taiwan." While the United States does not officially recognize Taiwan as an independent state, it maintains a robust, unofficial relationship governed by the Taiwan Relations Act. The act commits the U.S. to provide Taiwan with arms of a defensive character, but stops short of guaranteeing military intervention in the event of a conflict, preserving a policy of strategic ambiguity. Washington has consistently emphasized that it opposes any unilateral attempts to alter the status quo across the Taiwan Strait. China has been ramping up military activities there, including through large-scale drills simulating a blockade. The U.S. Indo-Pacific Command has stated, "The international community's navigational rights and freedoms in the Taiwan Strait should not be limited." The United States rejects any assertion of sovereignty or jurisdiction that is inconsistent with freedoms of navigation, overflight, and other lawful uses of the sea and air. USS William P. Lawrence, DDG-110, is an Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer of the U.S. Navy. Arleigh Burke-class warships were designed as multi-mission destroyers capable of anti-aircraft warfare, anti-submarine warfare, and anti-surface warfare. William P. Lawrence is an impressive warship having an overall length of 509 feet, 155 meters, and displacement of about 9,200 tons. It is capable of a maximum speed of 35 miles per hour, or 56 kilometers per hour, and a range of 5,063 miles, or 8,100 kilometers. The sensor suit in the warship is one of the best in the world and provides great situational awareness. The platform is equipped with Aegis Combat System, which can detect, track, and engage incoming threats. The warship is armed with a lethal array of sophisticated weaponry. It has in total 96-cell Mark 41 vertical launch system VLS, divided into two blocks of 32 and 64 cells. These can be configured with a combination of different weapons based on the mission, which includes BGM-109, Tomahawk cruise missile for land attack, Standard Missile 2 and Standard Missile 3 for Aegis missile defense, Standard Missile 6 for anti-ship and ballistic missile defense, Evolved Sea Sparrow missiles for short-range to medium-range air defense. The warship can also be equipped with two Mark 141 Harpoon missile launcher for anti-ship role. Two Mark 32 triple torpedo tubes are present, launching Mark 46 or Mark 50 torpedoes. Two MH-60R Seahawk LAMPS 3 helicopters are available for anti-submarine warfare. Other than these, it is equipped with a long-range 5-inch naval gun, as well as several machine guns. There are multiple short-range weapon systems, which include Phalanx CIWS and M242 Bushmaster cannon. China has attempted to impose a unilateral decision requiring all ships and aircraft navigating in the area to identify themselves to the Chinese military. In the past few years, the Chinese Navy has repeatedly heckled vessels from smaller nations such as Vietnam. Beijing routinely tries to intimidate Taiwan with its naval and aerial assets conducting drills in and around the strait. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and other top Trump officials have expressed concerns that Chinese President Xi Jinping will order a military offensive against Taiwan before the end of the decade. In this situation, William P. Lawrence Transit is a message to Beijing. A spokesman for China's Eastern Theater Command denounced the passage as a publicity measure and the American justification for it as a distortion. The People's Liberation Army's Eastern Theater Command said in a statement, "The U.S. remarks contradict right and wrong, distort legal principles, mislead the public, and confuse international understandings. We warn the U.S. to stop distorting and sensationalize and jointly maintain peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait." Senior Colonel Shi Yi, spokesperson for the Theater Command, said the Theater Command has deployed naval and air forces to monitor the entire passage of the U.S. vessel and handled the issue in accordance with laws and regulations. While the CCP has been carrying out propaganda for a long time now, the fact is that it didn't block or confront the William P. Lawrence. China knows William P. Lawrence has the capability to respond to any misadventure, and the retaliation will be deadly. The Chinese bluff has been called out again.